104 to 106.
Cork's RedFM.
It sounds brilliant. I feel fantastic. It didn't really kick in till I arrived in Cork, and the reception I've had from people walking around the street and all that, I realised how big it is. I knew it was a big club. You don't realise how big till you get there. Everybody knows Cork City, and it's fantastic, and I just can't wait to crack on, you know.
It really is probably the most high-profile job in the country when you consider it's the only club in Cork, and there's a lot of it's kind of like a goldfish bowl mentality, really, when you think about it.
It is the biggest club in the country. I felt Shamrock Rovers and Bohemians were the two biggest clubs, obviously because I'm up this end of the country, and I worked at the two clubs, but it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare at all. I mean, the passion and the affection for the club that people have around Cork. And I mean, up here when you manage a club, you would have a range of people who would just be Aircom League people. Down in Cork, there was rugby lads shaking my hand, there was hotel porters. Yeah, it was brilliant. Now hopefully they'll be doing it in 6 or 12 months time, but as it goes, the reception I received and the magnitude of the club, I didn't realise, you know.
Even with that, though, there is a lot of pressure, even as you say, the likes of rugby people shaking their hands. There's a lot of pressure comes with that as well in Cork, with just the one club in the city.
Yeah, but pressure is brilliant. I love pressure. That's what makes you tick. It makes you work. It gets your adrenaline pumping every day. You can't rest on your laurels. You have to be up for it 24/7. That's why we're in sport from a young age as participants, and then when you go into coaching, pressure. So if you can't handle pressure, sure, there's no point being in the business at all, but that's part of it. And it just eggs you on, because you feel when you shake someone's hand, you're looking at them, you feel, I can't let this man down, I can't let this man down, I can't let this lady down. So, you know, that's brilliant. It's a massive, massive challenge.
Just to recap, Roddy, how did you end up from Floriana, managing them, to the current position of Cork City? Because there has been a bit of controversy with Floriana. Well,
I'd just like to talk about Cork now, to be honest with you, Ruairi. How I ended up there, I contacted Tom. My stint out in Malta came to a halt. I contacted Tom, and he asked me to come and speak to him, and we sat down. And I mean, I just, it didn't take me 2 seconds to accept when Tom said, "Yeah, I'll give you the opportunity." It was fantastic.
Are you satisfied, though? You've done everything above board, because Floriana are accusing you?
Well, I don't want to talk about Floriana. I want to talk about Cork.
Mm-hmm. Tom Collin has come in for an awful lot of criticism in the post-season as well, but he's appointed you. The club is moving forward, Roddy.
From my point of view, whatever happened before is unfortunate for Cork. It's absolutely unfortunate for Cork. It's fortunate for Cork that there was someone to take them over, I'm sure, when it was in turmoil. The worst problem Cork ever had, probably got the biggest accolades when they arrived, was the big financial company who, in my opinion, whoever gave out the money to the players. I don't criticise the players on this one, Rory, for accepting the money. They're the villains in Cork, not people that are trying to resurrect the situation now. I've walked into this situation in Bohemians, in Carlisle, and in Shamrock Rovers, and this is the best one, if you could say that. It's fantastic training facilities. It's a fabulous stadium. It's a fabulous stadium in League of Ireland standards, there's no doubt about that. And the pool of players down there, with the attitude that the players have that I've met, with the support, sure, that's the ingredients to take the club forward for years. So if we can just look at the positive sides, and it's easy for me to do this because I've been divorced from all the controversy and negativity that's been before me. But I mean, from an innocent point of view, walking in, I've never seen a bigger opportunity for a football club to take control of a league. I've never seen a bigger opportunity, and for me to be involved in it, I can't believe it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, Paul Doolan did a good job with limited resources last year. Now, the current state of the squad, Joe Gamble has left for Hartlepool. What is the state of the Cork City squad at the moment, Roddy?
Every player except Joe wants to remain at the club. George O'Callaghan, I'm meeting, he's coming back today. Plus, there are 5 or 6 other very, very, very good players who want to play for Cork. I explained to every player, Cork City is not a dole office anymore. Cork City is a football club. Cork City is a football club of the people. So whoever plays for Cork City want to play football first. There will be rewards, but the gravy train has come to a halt. And I made comparisons with my experience in sport and in life. And there's a kid down in Cork called Gary Spike Sullivan, who boxing people may know. And for Gary to earn some of the salaries that was handed out to footballers, and I'm not condemning the players, he would have to fight hundreds of rounds, spill a lot of blood, and run miles and miles and miles at 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. And the only difference between Gary and the players of Cork City is the people that give out the money. Boxing people don't throw money out for nothing. You must earn every single penny with sweat, blood and tears. And that's the way it should be in a football club. And that's the way I intend a football club to be, like the old days in Cork.
Looking at the league as a whole, Roddy, it's a big year considering all the stuff that's gone off the field in the last couple of years. It's a big year for the league to kind of shake that negative image, isn't it?
Well, it's been going on for years, Rory. I mean, as long as I've been in the league, I've never seen a great deal of positivity. And the positivity that we did have was all false dawns with the influx of money with Shelbourne going bankrupt, trying to chase an impossible dream. So I think reality is the word now and the key, and common sense, hard work and honesty and transparency is the only thing that's going to take it forward, because people aren't silly, people aren't stupid, money's not plentiful. If someone pays into the Cross to see a game, regardless, Rory, of the outcome, because you cannot legislate for results, we all know that, once they walk away and feel the men in that park have given everything for my money and my night's entertainment, that'll take football forward and it'll grow from there. The falseness, it was horrendous. I mean, I'm a football man, and I looked at some of the falseness that was going on and some of the rubbish that was being written and spoken about how progressive we were, where we were going to go, what was going to happen. A load of rubbish. They weren't being real and they weren't being honest. A lot of people have lined their pockets. A lot of people have filled great CVs out of the game, but unfortunately they've left it in a shambles. And it's time for everybody from Cork, from Derry, from whatever league or whatever club you're in, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Be honest. Football is a sport. It's a sport of the people. It's a fantastic game. It's the best game in the world, along with rugby, boxing and other games, but it's one of the best games in the world. For there to be enjoyed, lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm, lots of fair play, and it's a brilliant game, and people have to realise that it's not a pawn office, it's not a dole office, it's not a money-making machine where it's been abused, and we have to get real. And once we do that and give the football back to the people, and then give people back to the football, we're up and running again. But I don't know if that sentiment is shared, but I hope it is.
You said you're meeting George O'Callaghan. I know George has problems, but he has the ability to be the best player in the Eircom League still, doesn't he?
Well, you see, everybody opens up about George and says, George has problems. George has no problem with a ball at his feet. I'm not asking George to be a rocket scientist. I'm not asking George to be an IT expert. I'm asking George to get onto the Cross and entertain people. It's an entertainment business we're in here. Entertain people. You don't have a lot of years in football, Rory. It goes at the blink of an eye. You don't realise it when you're playing. You think, well, I have another 4 seasons, 5 seasons. Seasons go like the blink of an eye. George O'Callaghan, his best days were in Cork, and his better days are going to be in Cork, and I'll convince him that, and I want George back in Cork jersey.
Finally, Roddy, in 12 months' time when I'm talking to you again, what will you have hoped to have accomplished at Cork City this year?
Off the park, regardless of what happens to me as the manager, I hope that there's a lot of reconciliation between people and understanding that the club is the most important thing, and that it can't be made a laughing stock by people who are looking for to poke their finger in someone's eye, and that's going on. I can tell you that because I'm up here. They're being victimised. I have no doubts in my mind. I hope the victimisation goes from the hierarchy. I hope people realise that Cork City Football Club are a massive club that has to be invested in, with not with money, obviously some money, but with time and energy and honesty, and take the club forward. On the park, I want the same. I want any player who pulls on a Cork jersey when he gets off the park after 90 minutes will look in the mirror or look at any Cork supporter anywhere and say, I've given you my lot. I can do no more than that. If everybody does that, regardless of money, as everyone talks about, we'll have an honest season. Whatever the outcome is will be the outcome. It will be the best we can give. The bit of luck, I hope, will come our way, because you need a bit of luck in everything you do. And at the end of the season, if we all sit down and talk, if we have silverware, that will be absolutely fantastic. If we have honesty and we have community and we have a group of people on and off the park together, so the future of Cork City will go for years after I'm gone.
104 to 106.
Cork's Red FM.